was difficult because at half time was 0-0, but I think we were in control since the first minute. I think in the first half our percentage of ball possession was really high, but no goals. And then you go to half time 0-0 and you feel a little bit the pressure. So second half was important to be calm and to play and don't lose our identity and don't try to go direct when we have this kind of attacking player that is better on the passing and movement game. But then the goal arrived, and after that, even with 1-0, I felt that the game was ours because we were so much in control. So I think solid performance, even defensively. We recovered the ball high on the pitch. I think the kid Scott, he grew up with the game. He started a little bit nervous, but then he grew up with the game, and I think he was fundamental for us in the way he gave us that desire to recover the ball. So I think we were solid, and by being solid, we had the ball all the time, and we could play.
Did you leave out Pogba? Sorry, just over here, Jesse. Did you leave out Pogba because you weren't impressed with his performance?
Because
you weren't impressed with his performance against Spurs during the week?
You know, I changed a few players, and the intention was not to punish anyone, because to punish anyone, I also need somebody to punish me, because we are a team, and when we win together, and when we lose together. But I made a few changes thinking about the characteristics of this game, and I think this kid has a great desire to recover the ball when the team is not in possession. Is a kid that chased the ball, that tried to recover high on the pitch, and then when he has the ball, he plays always simple, and sometimes against opponents like Huddersfield, so close and with so many bodies behind the ball, simplicity sometimes is genius. You don't have space, you have to open spaces by playing simple. So it was a decision to play the kid, but Paul come on very, very well. I think really well, with a great attitude, with the spaces that we had at that time, because then we were winning 1-0, and Paul could show his talent, his qualities.
Jose, it's still a big call to leave out somebody who cost £90 million in favour of someone who came from the academy and started playing.
I don't feel it that way. I always try to do what I think is the best for the team in any moment. So I prefer to look at it in the beautiful way of a little kid that arrived here with 9 years old with his mom for the first training session, 10 or 11 years after the kid is playing in a Manchester United shirt in an important match in the Premier League at home at Old Trafford. So I prefer to look at that perspective. Paul is a fantastic player. Is no doubt for me one of the most talented midfield players in the world. But to sit on a bench one day is not the end of the world.
Jose, Alexis combined very well with Chelsea and with Juan. Do you think it was the best game of Alexis so far?
He played on his three. Yeah, he played on his three, and he played the first at Old Trafford. And I think Old Trafford, in spite of being a quiet stadium, the pitch is big and the grass is nice, and obviously the players, they feel very comfortable playing here. But I don't want to individualize, because the attacking players, they have so much quality. I had on the bench Martial and Rashford to bring them to the game. They have so much quality that I think is easy, and in the future will be even easier for them to play together and to enjoy the game together like Alexis did. I think he was enjoying the game. He arrived in the end completely dead, but he was really enjoying the dynamic of the team, and also the dynamic that he was giving to the team.
What do you mean it's a quiet stadium?
You know, it's not Portsmouth. I remember Portsmouth when I was in the Premier League, and such a small stadium, the atmosphere was absolutely incredible. In here, the atmosphere is a bit quiet, and there is not very enthusiastic. But the players, they like to play at home.
Jose, Sanchez took some heavy tackles.
Yeah.
Some heavy treatment, but the fact that he kept going said a lot about his character.
Yeah, his character is this one, no doubt. He's a fantastic player, but he's not a prima donna. He's a humble guy. He's a humble guy that doesn't forget where he started. And I'm pretty sure that when he was playing in Chile, he had difficult places to play and difficult opponents, and I think he's quite used to. Then the referees in here, they are on the pitch. They have to analyze the game and to make their decisions, and that's it. We have to live with them.
It wasn't your decision not to take the penalty, Alexis, because Alexis just scored 3 of 8 penalties in his career. Was that your decision in the moment? What's the thing?
It's between him and Paul, and I think Paul was a nice guy to him. I think understood that for him would be important to score and let him take the penalty. I don't think it's a dream goal for Alexis. Every player prefers to score a penalty without a save and the second ball, but also show his attention to detail, his reaction and his desire. So for me, that's fine.
Delaney, any news on his injury at all?
He had a surgery this morning. I don't want to be very specific. I would prefer the doctor to give you some information officially that you can put in our website. But it's not the end of the season, not at all. It's a small intervention in his external meniscus, and I want to believe that by the end of March he can be back, and if he's back by the end of March, I hope we have big April, big May still to play in more than one competition.
Okay, 2 questions that will embargo until Sunday evening.